everybody. Welcome to Bio 116 at Miami Hamilton, spring 2022. Well, at least I could guarantee it is 2022. I'm not going to make any commitments about it being spring just yet, but hopefully by the time we're well into this class and we're all good friends, it will indeed be spring. So this is me. I am the lecture professor. I'm Dr. Ann Ripstra. I really want to get to know you. I know a few of you from 115 laboratories. I know a few of you from other classes. I may not always recognize you with a mask on or out of context, so please just be friendly, and if you have to introduce yourself to me a couple of times, that's okay. Don't take it personally. This is the book. The book is free. It's an online open access book. It's a great resource. You can get it online. You can get a print copy. You can get PDFs of each of the chapters and download those individually. Whatever, it saves you about a couple $100 really because of the cost of textbooks these days. But you do want to be careful. You think because it's online, it's the same as all the other resources that are online. But the book provides the context for the material that we're covering in this class. So you want to use it as your resource, not Wikipedia or just Googling things randomly on the internet. The online version doesn't have page numbers per se, but there are sections. So watch for the section numbers on the PowerPoints that I provide. The figures and the tables will have numbers associated with them. You want to find the place in the book where we're working. So if you're having trouble locating the content that relates to the lectures, please let me know and I can help you find that right place, because you do need to use the book and you need to work back and forth. The lectures alone won't do it. The book alone might, but it works better if you use both entities, both the lectures and the textbook. The lecture section is for everybody. We will meet face-to-face in person Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 10:20 to 11:15 in room 200 Mosler. There's also an SI session, a supplemental session where we do activities and have assignments and quizzes, and that is on Fridays at 9:10, and that's required. Now, COVID could get really bad, obviously. The campus could close or cancel classes due to ice storms or snow, and in those cases, we will either meet on Zoom or I will pre-record some lecture material and make it available to you on Canvas. If you are sick, if you do have symptoms of COVID or have COVID or the flu or other communicable diseases, make sure I know that you're out for a specific reason. So don't just disappear for unknown amounts of time and then show up again and say, what's happening? Make sure I know and I can start to think about how to make the material available or how to accommodate your absences. Everybody has to go to a lab section. You are in different sections of the course. The lecture meets all together, the labs meet separately. So if you're in section HA or HB, you're on Wednesday laboratories either before or after lecture. You will have me as your laboratory instructor. If you're in sections HC or HD on Thursday morning, either at 8 o'clock or 10:05, you'll have Ms. Lacey Campbell pictured here as your instructor. And so we will have some coordination there. And Lacey actually has more experience teaching the laboratories than I do. So everybody has to go to a lab section. Again, if you can't show up, there's one requirement. You have to email your instructor before the lab starts, unless there's really extenuating circumstances. You know, you're in the hospital or in a really bad car accident. But otherwise, you know, if you are sick, we need to have that email before lab time. It's not like you can tell us a week later, oh, I missed last week because X, Y, or Z. If you can't make it at the assigned time, but you can make it at one of the other lab times that we posted and it's on the syllabus, then check with us and you should be able to go to another session that week so you don't really miss the lab exercise, because the laboratory is really, you know, where you do the hands-on material and we do experiments, and so you understand the material better if you actually do the experiments than if you just sort of read about them. Canvas is your friend. A lot of the material will be on Canvas, so make sure you stay on top of that and check it regularly for assignments. We will be using Kahoot for some quizzes and things, and so you need to address issues about whether or not you have a device during class, and you need to watch your email. Email is the primary communication modality that Miami University uses, and so you are expected to read and respond to your emails promptly within a reasonable period of time. The lecture tests will be in Canvas. We will use Proctorio to lock down the browsers. We'll be in this room, however, and so you will be taking them on Canvas but in class. They are short answer essay, multiple choice questions, so a mixture, and yeah, so you will need a device. If you don't own a device that you can use in class, you can check one out from the library, or you can use one of the old laptops from the laboratory. We'll have quizzes and homework most weeks. As I said, we'll be using Kahoot, so if you don't have, again, if you don't have a smartphone or internet-capable device during some classes, we will need to have that information as well. We'll have quizzes and homework most week. The first homework is on Canvas already, and that covers some of this introductory material and the syllabus, and that's due on Friday. So you want to check that out. It's just a whole bunch of multiple choice questions which ask you to sort of reiterate some of the material I've talked about here. So what does Bio 116 cover? This is all of biology and the levels of organization we see in biology. In 115, you talked a lot about organisms and diversity, ecology, and the biosphere, community ecology, genetics. In 116, we're really drilling down inside the organism. So we're going to talk about how organisms are put together, but we're really starting with the molecules and the cells that assemble a living organism. So we're really drilling down on the right-hand side of this image. So it's essentially 3 courses in one package: a cell biology class where we talk about atoms, molecules, cell structure, and energy processing; a molecular biology course which talks about DNA, the way genes work, biotechnology, and microbial biology; and then animal and plant physiology. So having said that, this is a lot of work. It's a lot of material. It's a lot of really broad material, and these topics are stipulated by the state, so it's not like we can, say, oh well, we'll skip molecular biology in this section of 116. So you need to stay on top of things. That's why we have a lot of quizzes and homework and little assignments for you to do. I hope this introduction has been helpful, and I look forward to seeing you all soon.